What was the earliest memory of your mother?
I think the earliest memory of my mother was, I recall her sweeping a rug or something sweeping some trash or dirt into a dustpan. I remember that. I don't, why I should remember that, I don't really know, but it is, I think, the earliest memory I have of her.
And what was her occupation?
She was a school teacher.
Do you ever remember perhaps going to school with her when she
No,
was teaching?
no, because she was a school teacher in Virginia before she married my father. And she did not teach, I don't believe, after that.
What was one of the most memorable family gatherings that you participated in?
Oh, well, my family is very small. At least back then it was very small. See, big reunions or anything like that, because wouldn't be a crowd. But Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter were times of celebration, and as many of our family as were available would always participate. It wouldn't be a formal affair, just be, seeing your aunts, your uncle.
What was a Christmas day like for you at the age of 12 in the teens?
Well, I don't know. Things back then, let me see, you're talking about 44 during World War II. Things were sort of rough then. Everything was rationed. Gasoline, tires, shoes, food, cocoa, sugar, all rationed. And toys made out of metal were, you couldn't buy them because all the metal went into the war effort. So bleak, they certainly were not as excuse me, as they were after the war. But the war was going on. Every day we'd get newspaper and radio news of bombings in Europe and landings in Sicily and Salerno and North Africa, and about the battles in the Pacific, Tarawa and Iwo Jima, and Philippines and MacArthur. And
did you have any relatives that participated in the war?
I had a cousin who was in the Army. Yes.
Did they make it back?
Yeah, he made it back.
What was Christmas like after the war?
Well, Christmas, my father, with his profession, he did not emphasize Christmas in terms of gifts and presents and such. We got gifts, obviously. We got a few presents, not a lot, maybe one or two, maybe three. But he introduced us to the spiritual side of Christmas, which suggested that it's not a matter of, but you're celebrating the birth of Christ, and that's where the emphasis is. So, we got sort of moved away from running downstairs to see what Santa Claus left. He always left something, but it was very simple and very plain, and not the sort of Christmases that I in some of my friends' homes.
How did that make you feel?
I don't know, maybe a little bit deprived, maybe a little bit different, a little bit, just a little bit different.
Did you practice the came to Christmas in your children?
No, as a matter of fact, I probably went overboard the other way. I tried to make Christmas for them very, very bright, very pleasant. more than 2 or 3 gifts, and a lot of joy and happiness. But I also reminded them that what we were celebrating.
Did you find that the values that your father taught you, the spiritual side of Christmas, did those help you out in the long run? Were those beneficial to you?
Well, I guess everything he taught me has helped to some extent, and that included. It has it has made me realize what Christmas is about, and I try to pass that on to my children and grandchildren. But in doing so, I also cater to the modern concept, or the average, ordinary concept, by making sure they got plenty of gifts and that everybody's happy.